A few guys have been dying lately, and there's this new trend where guys are pretending to be doing forex trading, and it's actually credit card fraud.
What's that thing? Yeah, remember we talked about this?
It's called carding.
Yes.
Yeah, so the fraudsters have employed advanced techniques to pilfer the funds. They breached banking systems by altering security protocols with fraudulent scripts, enabling unauthorized transactions. So that's what's going on. So you can imagine 24 people have been nabbed by Interpol.
And that's just the start.
Yeah.
That's just the start.
JP, explain carding to those who don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what these guys do is they get in contact with your ATM cards, so they have guys who go around stealing people's wallets. That's another way of doing it.
Okay.
Or just people who just try and get your credit card information when you're making payments anywhere. As soon as they get your credit card, they take an image of your credit card and they go out there and they create new systems on it. Some can register you on PayPal. Put in new passwords, so then they can come and withdraw money from your main bank account into the PayPal account, and then they sweep it through.
Yeah.
So it's been happening a long time. Apparently, some MPs, ministers, also in Parliament.
They're in the game.
They're in the game, and they make sure when they see you got a good payday, they get guys to follow you around until they get. Yeah. If they get a hand of your wallet with your ID and your credit card, information, it's over.
So let me tell you, for me, I have a twisted way of looking at this thing. Number one, Kenyans are getting smarter.
True.
Because most of these guys are obviously they're young, so they're deep in the tech, they're learning all the skills, they know how to navigate their way around tech, all these spaces, for example, the credit card, they know the right softwares to use, to find access to, whatever.
Yeah.
You feel me, yeah? So I feel like the country is experiencing a new wave of crime.
Yeah.
Mostly cybercrime. The government is going to struggle to pin these guys down because even then they have to invest in cybercrime, which I believe they are. You understand, yeah? But, also, my other angle of looking at this thing is, you see, guys are desperate. There isn't enough jobs. Even when it comes to just doing legit business, it's a struggle. Yeah. So what are you going to be left with? Crime.
Fraud. Yeah, and crime.
Fraud.
But when you look at it that way, there are actually people who are very skilled at this. It's called penetration hacking or ethical hacking. So you have the black hat, the white hat. So black hat is what you talk about, fraud. White hat is where you actually pay me to go into your systems to make sure that they're secure. But if I have all the qualifications for that, I'd rather go out there in countries like the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, where they will hire me and pay me my worth. When you come to Kenya, someone's offering you 30,000, and you're like, you're offering me 30,000 for a job where you want me to secure your company worth 100 million.
Hell
You're crazy.
Hell no.
Are you serious? I can bring this company down in one click.
Exactly.
You really want to pay me that? So Kenyans need to start understanding that these are, crucial skills that you need, especially in the times that we're going into.
Correct. Especially Gava.
Yeah, you're soon going to have AIs that are going to be trained to be able to go into the system. Then how are you going to operate that if you don't even have someone who knows what to look for?
Yeah.
And it's quite sad.
So it's wow. That's actually interesting that you put it like that, because I was checking a documentary the other day on 60 Minutes, and there's a lady who was she's a friend of ours, friend of the show, friend of SpiceFM, Nyeri Wako.
Yeah.
She was being interviewed on that documentary, just juicy on 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how all these AI companies are heavily invested in Kenya, right? So they're training youth. So guys are learning all the AI skills, whatever, yeah? But the crazy thing is they're paying them peanuts. Yeah? So you're paid about $2 an hour. What's going to happen is exactly what Steph is talking about.
True.
Eventually, these kids are going to get out of that space.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yo, I
Infiltrate
already have
those
the
companies.
skills.
Yeah.
Let's get into now the cybercrime space.
Yeah.
Because they're being trained.
Exactly. And they're so good. You know how Kenyans are pretty smart.
Yeah.
But they're desperate. You guys are, man, you should have seen the documentary how guys were crying out. They're like, yo, Gava, you guys are talking about, making Kenya like a hub for like a Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
but you're taking advantage of Kenyans.
Kenyans
are working
crazy.
in these spaces are paid peanuts.
Yeah.
So cybercrime it's going to be in the rise. Mad. You're going to see a lot of fraud.
Yeah, and it all
guys
goes
stealing your
back
identities online.
It literally all goes back to the government. We need a government that is not hungry for money, but hungry for growth, because the amount of potential we have. We have Kenyans who are very good in the medical space. Like, they could outrank the people in the US. very fast. But
I
you're
agree.
paying them. You're not even paying them well.
So pay those
Engineers.
ethical hackers a good amount of money, or
Not
they're
just
going to hack.
ethical hackers, every single person.
Everyone,
even,
man.
yeah, even
Yeah.
people in the medical field, they hold your life in their hands. If they decide
Yeah.
we're not going to help you, there's nothing you can
There's
do.
nothing
You're
you're
going
gonna
to
do.
watch your person die.
Yeah, and then they're gonna probably even decide to go to other countries. That's why we have massive brain drain these days.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's going to cause all these crime rates to go down because now people are thinking, okay, I'm actually getting hired for my worth and I'm actually being paid for my worth. This is things that I've studied. You know, it's not that, you know, out here, when you actually go onto the streets, you find people who are very, very educated, but they have low-paying jobs. Like, you find them as waiters or bartenders, and you start to wonder what happens to the whole system. What happens to the whole employment rate? When you're talking about the country moving forward, what are you doing to make the country move forward? Not you yourself making the making yourself move forward.
Yeah, at some point you have to, you know, what are you doing for your own country?
Yeah.
You know,
At the
same time-
that's what Kibaki was asking guys.
Yeah. At the same time, we have people who are very unqualified in very high posts.
And that's
Yeah.
now very typical of Kenya.
That's typical of Kenya.
Like, Kenya has potential to be Singapore places, Malaysia
Yeah.
places, but we need the people who can think like that, not people who think, okay, how much is my cut?
Exactly.
Kitty a chai.
Kitty a chai.
There's a crazy story.
Steph is just amazing.
Kitty a chai.
Kitty Kidogo.
There's a crazy story on Google Maps as well. We can revisit that when we come back. I
All right,
guess.
awesome. So let's get back into the tunes. Mine gets.
More of the classics and the hits you love.
Make some noise.
94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.
Just FaceTime one baddest. Looked her dead in the eyeball.